And yeah, what's up, everyone? Thanks for joining. Again, I'm going to reiterate this just for the recording for people who catch this later. If you didn't catch the web yesterday, please go watch this stuff. It's very valuable. It has a ton of information packed in there. It's, no theory BS, all, just tested, and tried, true, and tested. I actually use this stuff to increase the amount of money I make in my client-facing businesses, and a lot of this stuff applies to any business, like we said, like we were talking about the beer company yesterday. Wayne Clayton, help me out, buddy. What was that guy's name? Claude. Where you at, Wayne? Where are you, Wayne? Help me out with this. Wayne knows. I forget. We ended up naming it the Claude whatever experience. He's the marketer that came in to the beer company Dan Kennedy talks about. Claude Hopkins. Thank you, Tanner. But yeah, it's that type of stuff where you can position your product. So instead of saying, hey, we're going to offer a GMB package, you actually break the line items out, and there's 10 or 13, 15 different tasks within that, and you can kind of expand on that, and people are like, wow, we never want to touch this. These guys are just, we're not paying these guys enough, right? And you could do that on your invoices and everything. So if you didn't watch that yesterday, go check it out. But today we're not going to be diving into quite that much detail. I'm going to show you guys some very simple CVO stuff you can do today, whether it's to your existing clients or to future clients. It doesn't matter. You can optimize the customer value, CVO, customer value optimization. This is very important. I think a lot of people don't understand that and this is going to vary from business to business, but it's easy to say it's 20 or 30 times more expensive to acquire a new client to increase your revenue than just selling to your existing client base to optimize your revenue, right? So, this is very simple. If you can just send an email and, make an extra $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month, it seems like a no-brainer. So not only am I going to go over some stuff you can do today where it's, you don't have to expand, you don't have to bring a new division of employees on in order to offer a lot of this stuff. You can start offering this stuff today. I'm going to show you guys kind of a neat little trick for that, and some of the stuff might seem kind of obvious. If so, I apologize, but then at the end of it, I'm going to get into extending customer retention, and I'm actually going to show you guys how you can set up an automated system to add value, to increase the retention, actually do the selling for you. And then, of course, I want to show you one other thing that's really awesome just for the customer experience. And this is something, if any of you guys are Web 20 ranker clients that are spending a substantial amount, or you have any major issue, you're getting these things, Matt's sending these to you. People love it. And again, it doesn't matter what business you're in. You can offer someone a better customer experience, and they're going to love you for it. Okay? So without further ado, let's get busy. Let me move some of these tabs around where I can actually see what I'm talking about. Have some more people rolling in. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Yesterday's recording will be on our YouTube channel, and I'm not sure if it's on the blog yet. If not, we'll get it up there. It was also dropped in the group at least twice, one on the initial thread and one on the new thread where Matt was like, hey, the Webby's up. So that thing is everywhere. All right, getting started. First thing you want to do is map out an upsell strategy, and the upsell portion of this is arbitrary, like I said. If you want to just add additional line items into your proposals to make more money, even if you're marking this stuff up 25, 50, 60%, it's incredible. I mean, you can essentially, if you aren't offering this stuff now, you can start offering this stuff, and even if a chunk, if you're making 60% and half the people take it, I mean, take the upsell or order the additional package or service or whatever you're offering. I mean, you can essentially increase your revenue by 30% just by implementing something where you're not really doing the work. So just to give you a quick idea, here's a few things you can do. Of course I'm going to be biased to an extent, as I do own some of Web 20. But again, here's a great example of some things you can offer for the the GMB specific optimization service. Here's kind of the line items where you can go through and be like, wow, this is a lot of work done. You can swipe this, modify it, add to it, whatever. Obviously, I changed the nomenclature of the IFTT stuff. I know JC's doing something with like a content network. Oh, JC, that there he is. That's how I do it. I charge plus 100% with no additional time to me. Obviously, a press release. And guys, you don't have to order any Web 20 stuff. You can do this anywhere, right? There's tons of different programs. Another good thing is, I was just on the phone with David Sprague not long ago. He offers Reputation Kahuna, right, where it's It's competitively priced, and he gave me access to it. I didn't use any of the stuff yet, but if you can say, listen, for 99 or 199 a month, you now have a proactive reputation marketing system in place. If you have 30 or 40 clients and half of them take it, I mean, it's just extra money at 199. What's the damage on that? It's an extra, what, 3,000 a month. If I screwed the math up live, a lot of people say never do math live. I probably should take that advice. So if I'm way off, don't judge me. But it's just an easy way to make a bunch of money without doing a ton of work, without innovating these products and coming up with just testing the stuff and doing it in-house. And again, guys, like JC said, you charge plus 100% on this stuff, and it's pretty simple. Again, you could do the same thing with an on-page optimization service where you have it mapped out where you could add those to the proposal as far as line items, where it's like, listen, just like we talked about yesterday, if you have a base package, that costs X, but then it broken out, it's like, look at all these different line items you can buy individually, and it does a few things for you. One, it starts to show the value where it's like, listen, if you buy these things individually, you're looking at $5,000 or $10,000 a month in services, right? But we'll do you the whole package at 50%, just to kind of, and it's the framing like we talked about yesterday. It's just framing the deal, so it kind of becomes a no-brainer. At the same time, if you have individual services like this broken out from your main deal, it's easy to kind of get in the door, a foot in the door, and this is very, very basic funnel building stuff. You guys follow Digital Marketer, the Brian Dice, any of those dudes. A typical sales funnel is going to be very simple. It's going to be some type of lead magnet, some type of value up front, your tripwire, your core offer, and then you're going to have your upsells, downsells, cross-sells. Basically a lot of different things you can implement to, optimize your customer value, the lifetime value of your customer, right? So, you can use these things as tripwires, just like we sell, $7 and $27 products, which, you've become accustomed to buying in the IM industry, and sometimes people buy them with a roll of the eyes, but at the end of the day, it's a habit, right? It's a tripwire. It works. You can do the same thing with, say, hey, people do it with mobile websites. You can do it with, oh my gosh, anything, SMS, marketing packages, reputation management. I mean, the list could go on forever. There's a lot of companies doing like cheap social media management marketing where they do like a post a day on your stuff. I mean, they hook it up to Buffer or Hootsuite or something like that, and they charge like $99 a month. They have a VA curate the content. It's very simple. There's a million ways to do this stuff, guys, and having those line items broken out allow you to position and frame your base package that includes all of these things in a lot better light, right? I'm getting, 3 or 4 times the amount of work for half the cost. It becomes a no-brainer, but it also allows you to develop these tripwires and, of course, upsells, if you want to start building kind of like an automated upsell process, in which I'll show you guys, some of the stuff with that here in a moment. So onto that, we have like customer retention, and this can, to me, it's all one customer experience, okay? And you can call it anything, okay? You can call it, liberal economics or consumerism. It doesn't really matter, but having a customer's always right or a customer-centric model is very healthy, especially in an industry where you're selling a digital product. Sometimes people can have like a lackluster experience with it because it's not a tangible thing. It's not something they go and spend a bunch of money on Amazon and they get a package that they have an experience opening and whatnot, right? So when you're selling a digital service, it's very important to have a very customer-centric model, okay? So you want customer for life things in play, which, I'd love to talk more about that in the future. But like I said, I want to keep this one as concise as possible, guys. This could turn and definitely be like a 15, 20, 25-minute webby, then with questions at the end. But some very cool things for customer retention and just building a customer experience. It all should be just rolled into one holistic mindset or one holistic group of strategies, because if I'm taking very good care of my customers, not just with the results, but they're getting the reporting like we talked about yesterday with all the line items broken out, it's like, holy hell, these guys are just hustling for me. They're doing a ton of work, and, your whole offer's framed right, and you're adding value consistently to them. It kind of becomes something like, Create experience-based automations. We're just talking about that. It can become something like where it's a value sale, and it can be an upsell. It could be asking them for referrals is huge. My agency's almost 100% referral based right now. If any of you are in local profit breakthrough, there's my little shameless self-plug for the Webby. Instead of having everyone bust their credit cards out at the end and sell them something, there's my plug right there. I told you guys I was going to shamelessly self-plug a few of my businesses in these Webbies, but since I'm not hard selling you anything, I hope you don't get too upset with me. Localprofitbreakthrough.com, give me all your money. Just kidding. But if you go there, I have a ton of referral-based stuff inside of LPB. It's a huge part of my business right now. JC Blake, I'm not repeating that. But I know, it sucks. Okay, everyone, get your credit cards out and buy LPB. But no, I have a bunch of stuff in there about referrals, how to build like a referral marketing plan, how to actually go out and acquire clients with referrals without having any clients. Okay, and that's pretty crazy. We're basically creating joint ventures and stuff with people that have existing client lists. But having said that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Okay, if you're asking them for referrals, if you're asking them to purchase an upsell, if you want them to whatever, it doesn't matter. It needs to be like a value sale. And a lot of people don't get that, and especially like in e-commerce, a lot of people don't understand that. I just bought into a fitness business that's kind of e-commerce centric, where we manufacture and sell fitness equipment. And, it's not just sending them, hey, you bought this, so please buy this, which is cool because based on psychographic targeting, that's what they would buy, right? It's behavior-based and attitude-based. If you buy, these wrist wraps for, powerlifting, why wouldn't you want chalk so you can get better grip on the bar? Why wouldn't you want elbow sleeves so you can press more off your chest, right? And I don't mean to get into like all this meathead nomenclature and stuff, but it's the same type of thing. It's the perfect psychographic standpoint to sell these things to these people. But a lot of people skip the value, and it's like sell, sell, sell. And you guys know what I mean. You see it in the IM industry all the time. It becomes less and less value and more, every time we mail, we make X amount of dollars, right? JC said, I struggle with getting those systems in place. I felt that I have spent 5 weeks working in business, not increasing income. Okay, that's fair. And listen, it does take time to get the systems done, but once they're done, they're done. Okay, so I'm going to show you something that helps me. I'm actually going to jump inside a platform and show you guys how I create some of these automations so it's one and done. And I don't want to spend a ton of time on that because, I mean, guys, it's not, I don't want to have you here for 4 hours learning Active Campaign, but I'm going to show you some really cool ways you can set this stuff up in Active Campaign just for, to kind of automate the entire process, okay? Sending gifts, we talked, sending gifts, we talked about. I'm going to show you guys the actual site Matt grabs gifts from. It's a very inexpensive way to woo your clients. If anyone sends you a referral, you should be sending them a gift. As soon as someone becomes, goes through the onboarding process, they should receive a gift, or at least at maybe a 3-month mark. There should be benchmarks, okay? And you can do this, most of this stuff in an automated fashion. I mean, you can get as granular as sending people a positive birthday message, which you can do through Active Campaign. It's just what data you're entering in the CRM. You should have addresses in there. If you can get their cell phone numbers, you could do SMS marketing to them. Imagine a customer that just gets an automated text message, opens it up, and it says, like, I hope you're having a phenomenal Friday. We were thinking of you. Let's schedule a call to, shoot the shit or chat about your business. Don't say shoot the shit to your clients. It's very unprofessional unless you have a relationship like that. But getting a text message like that's huge. It's this entire customer experience that so many business owners, especially in the digital ecosystem, are just they're not thinking about. Okay, and this kind of goes back to a lot of like grassroots marketing and stuff. Like, as much as a lot like some of the baby boomers didn't quite make the progression into the digital space. Like they had these systems, these referral systems, and these how to create social referrals way before the internet. It's the same mindset, but now we have technology to automate so much of this. All right, so let me show you guys some more stuff really quickly. This is a site called GiftRecom. We use this. Like it's like I said, if any of you spend a decent amount of money with Web20 Ranker, you probably received one of these gifts. If not, you will be. As long as we don't have a problem gathering your address and stuff. We're not, and in case we do ask for your address, we're not stalking you. We haven't stalked anyone in so long, but we send those to people. And if you didn't get one, we're in the process of getting you in the pipeline to gather your address. So this stuff's awesome, guys. For under 50, but here's the gifts under $50 section if you just want to be a little more frugal. Nothing wrong with it, okay? People aren't going to look this up to be like, well, they only spent $34.95, right? It's going to be the experience. This right here, this snack gift tower, we actually got this in-house from one of our clients that uses us as a vendor, and it blew our mind. I mean, it's a cool experience. It's on packaging it, right? It's almost like when you buy like an Apple product, or, you know, I got this this Fitbit Surge, and their packaging's like insane. Like, can anyone attest to this? Like, if you open, like if you buy like an iPhone, or, you know, I don't actually own a Mac, much to the Mac lovers' chagrin. I'm always getting accosted for not having a Mac, especially by Matt. He's giving me a dirty look right now about it. But you save those boxes. Am I right? Anyone have an iPhone and just has the box still saved in their yeah, Matt does. He raised his hand. But you still have the box saved in like a, you know, your closet or somewhere. And why? You'll never use that box again. But it's Tanner, I have an iPad box from 5 years ago. Guaranteed, it's that on packaging. It's the psychology behind on packaging. It's very strategic. They weren't like, hey, let's spend a bunch of money on packaging. It's a very strategic on packaging experience, and these type of gifts have the same type of experience. How long do we still have the boxes from this gift that was sent to us a month or two ago? I think we still have those in the office, and if not, we had them for a while. We like put it back together, like you take the snacks out and like put the tower back together, just because of the experience. It's like you don't want to ruin that. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an example of that. Pretty cool stuff. Let's actually jump into some more actionable type stuff. I love Active Campaign. Active Campaign might seem a tad bit intimidating to start. We understand it can be. Having said that, if you really want to automate a lot of this stuff, you only have to write the email once. Okay? You only have to put this stuff together once, and then you can use it for every single client indefinitely, right? Or at least for this type of client. So this would be for like a base package client. You go into your deals, you create a new pipeline. Okay, that way whenever your sales guy or you or whoever handles the onboarding process inputs them into your CRM, they can put it right in the proper pipeline. So a base package client means, you know, maybe they just ordered like an organic package. Okay, so now we know all of the things. If we jump back in here, what we can upsell them, right? Let's jump back there. We can upsell them all of these things. So if you write the email for these once to upsell them these services, you can use this on every organic base package client you sell forever, right? For the rest of your business. So here's how easy this is, guys. Don't let any CRM, okay? I'm a big Active Campaign guy. I know Infusionsoft, I just heard terrible things about you needing like a developer to help you get it going. I heard good things about that other one. What's that other one, the Smart and Passive guy, or Passive Income guy? I can't even remember his name, but he recommends something that's supposed to be similar. You know, so you don't have to, what's that? ConvertKit. You are a bad mamma jamma, Matt. But there's a lot of options. You guys don't have to get married to what I use, but and if by the end of this you guys are like, dude, this was too much, you know, let me know. I'll do some stuff on Active Campaign. I'm not a guru, but I'm using it a lot for a lot of different automations in our business. And if you guys need something more definitive, I'd be happy to help. But we start, like I said, you go into deals and you create the new pipeline, okay? And this is going to be for base package clients, so we already know we can upsell them again. GMB, press releases, IFTTT networks, right? And call them something different. I know, again, not to keep stealing JC Blake's stuff, but he calls it like a content syndication, right? It's positioned differently because just an IFTTT network, people aren't going to, that's not going to mean much to people. So you want to add a start trigger, enters the pipeline, and we can even go a little slower here, guys. I don't want to blow and, you know, leave anyone in the dust, but there's so many different triggers that can cause an automation, okay? So let's actually just back up really quick. I don't want someone to search and find IFTTT. Good point, JC. Modify the nomenclature of this stuff so people aren't seeing you're buying it from Web20 Ranker, right? Or anywhere. You don't want people to be able to cut you out. Not that a lot of them will, but if, you know, that doesn't look good. If they can search and find a vendor that, you know, is offering it much cheaper, that's never a good look. But then you want to jump in lists and make a list specific to like base package clients, okay? But and that's just for like further like segmentation. But we want to, when someone enters the pipeline, here's the base package client, okay? It can run as many times as you want. We'll keep it to once for now because we're going to build it out vertically. It's going to be a very large, um, it's going to be large. It's not going to be, we're going to repeat and keep trying to sell them a GMB package, right? We want to put some value out there, get it in front of them, and then we want to move on, right? I don't want, every couple months them having to go back and be like, wow, we already bought this or we already saw this. And you can modify, like you can do different tags, different automations, different pipelines based on what they buy, but I want to keep it simple for now, right? I want you guys to get something in place today to increase how much money you're making rather than show you guys a bunch of intricate steps to kind of optimize ActiveCampaign or any CRM, right? If that makes sense. So that'll be our start point, okay? What's the first thing we want to do? I love ActiveCampaign, guys. I'll tell you what, let's start with a wait, okay, for a specific period of time. So this is once they bought an organic package, they signed up for $9.99, $19.99, doesn't matter. The numbers are arbitrary. Check out, like I said, the Webby yesterday has some cool stuff on pricing right in the very beginning. Let's say the first thing we want to do is start adding some value. So one day into the base package, we're going to wait one day, and then we're going to create. Let me just slow this down for you guys. I'm not going to take a bunch of time here. We're not going to create like this massive thing right now, but you can add the plus sign. Okay, so they enter the pipeline of base package. They wait for a day. Okay. Then what do we want to do? We can send them an SMS, we can notify other people, send email, and this can work awesome for actual workflows as well, but we try to keep that out of here. We want to send them an email, okay? You don't have an email to send, we can create an email quick. Email name, let's do like a welcoming email, and this can be the things you need as well, okay? Although there should be, let's just, let's save and exit real quick. Do you have a sample template that we can import for ActiveCampaign? I don't, but if that's something you guys would think would be valuable, that's why I said, like, if you guys need more with this stuff, I'd be happy to help, whether it's training, putting a template together. Like, I've been geeking out on ActiveCampaign. I was on a meeting with Matt and Brian last night, and I was, like, volunteering to do this crazy ActiveCampaign stuff. I'm like, guys, I'll do it. Send it my way. No problem at all. Okay, Ray, that's a cool example because this can definitely be a burden, right? It's a lot of stuff. So you'll have to actually go in and build your email. So maybe the email is like, hey, don't forget to log into your agency analytics or whatever you're using for white label reporting. Don't forget to send us, here's the information we still need. We really value you as a client. We look forward to helping you grow your business. Something that's just amazing, right? So let's wait. Oops, let me move all these, like, I guess you guys don't see any of the GoToWebinar tabs, but they're everywhere. Now we can wait again, right, for a specific period of time. And I'm setting up a very basic automation here, guys. You can do some really crazy shit with this. Let's wait. After that one, let's wait like 4 days, okay? And let's send them something valuable. And this can be as simple as curated content. This could be kind of like a preemptive work report. If you guys take, if you guys do, darn it, create a new email. What am I doing? Work report. I lost my train of thought now. Sorry, I'm terrible. But this could be as simple as like those line items we talked about yesterday. Like here's what we're going to be doing this month for you, right? So it's just some more value. It's something fun. JC Blake, I just can't too easy. Go ahead, lay it on me. Lay it on me, JC. I'm terrible with that type of stuff, aren't I? But something in here, like here's the stuff we're going to get done. Hit them with the line items. They're going to be like, wow, okay? Throw another wait period in here. Conditions and workflow, wait. Let's do like, how about another like 2 days? Save that. We're going to throw in another email. This is where we're going to kind of get salesy. Salesy to an extent anyway. We're going to create a new email. Let's do like a GMB case study. Okay, and this is awesome. Your clients, just like people in any industry, like a case study. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're in fitness. Hey, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. Which is, that person's probably really unhealthy, but that's everyone likes a case study. Okay, so you can say like, look, you can start to get to the sales portion of it. It's like, hey, here's where we took this client, they got this many more phone calls, they started ranking this much better. Okay, it's a case study, out and out. And the cool thing is when you're creating for your clients, they can be you don't have to sit and put together this ultra intricate thing, for lack of a better word, right? I mean, people it's not the IM industry. You don't have to have just hundreds of screenshots and really technical terminology. You could throw some line item stuff in there just to impress them on the package. And then something like this, I want to hit them a little bit quicker. Let's wait for like a day, and then we're actually going to hit them with the sale. Okay, this is going to be the actual sale email. Create a new email, and these emails are very simple to create inside of ActiveCampaign. And I'm not an email expert, but at the same time, you can create beautiful like HTML, just beautiful emails. But I did hear that could really affect deliverability. So try it, test it, at your own risk. It's just what we found. We found like text-based stuff works really well. And now here you are, okay? So we offered, the welcome email. There's some value. We're giving them some time. There's a case study that's going to kind of build that intrinsic value. And you could space this out. Maybe this isn't the perfect 1 week thing for your specific client, right? Maybe this is more a month in, or maybe you save this for once they get results. Maybe the first, 15, 20 emails is all value. But having said that, you don't want to do too much value and then hit them with a sale. You're going to get what they call like a sales shock. It's going to be like, whoa, this is way, we weren't expecting this, right? So something to consider. And so, here's another thing you can do, and I didn't want to make this too complicated today, but let's have a little fun, okay? So you can start adding in conditions, okay? Conditions and workflow. Let's do like an if and else. Let's say, I want to do something simple. I don't want to get too crazy. Maybe we just do. This is the pain point of doing stuff live. Now I'm just real indecisive and just wasting everyone's time. I don't know. We could do something. We could do something really simple. As far as whoops, sorry, I don't want to mess with that. Let's say if like we want them to, like if they didn't open something, we can add a condition in, right? So if they didn't open the sales email, we can do an if on that, and let's do like actions has not clicked on a link. We could get specific like that. Let's do like a has not opened. All right, let's do a has not opened the sales email. Let's throw that in there. Okay, sorry for my indecisiveness, guys. So having said that, this is where things could get like a little weird. But if they have not opened it, yes, that means they didn't open it, right? Has not opened. Yes, they have not opened. It's a little weird, but you can send the same email again then, right? Because they didn't open it. Maybe you split test the headline. Maybe the headline. Let's do like split test the sales email headline. Oops, if I could spell, that'd be perfect, right? And if they did open it, but they're just not, they didn't really respond, maybe you can add a deal, right? Maybe you can say, hey, did you get a chance to see this? So let's do, if they did indeed open it, which is no, they have not. It's weird. Just, you'll have to take your time with the conditions because it sounds like it's worded terribly. If I'm being honest. We'll create a new email, and let's say we're gonna modify the sales offer, and maybe add some urgency in this email, right? So you can start adding stuff like that and just different conditions, different everything. And if you just play with ActiveCampaign just a bit, you guys are going to see it's insane just how many different just how many different automations and conditions and workflows you can add into just one single automation. So it might seem a little bit confusing now. It might be like, yeah, I'm not touching this, but guys, it's not nearly as bad as it looks. If you guys would like some more in-depth stuff on this, so let me know. But just get this. You only have to set this stuff up one time, right? And you don't have to do. Maybe you don't create a bunch of conditions and stuff like that. Maybe you don't mess with a lot of the tagging. As you can see, I didn't segment stuff within here. The biggest 80-20 is just getting a system in place, right? In case any of you are familiar with like Pareto's law and stuff, the 80-20. So don't spend 80% of your time putting this stuff together, and say like you just don't have the best offers, or your current customer list just isn't real receptive to it, and you end up getting a 20% return for 80% of your time invested, if that makes sense. So just get something simple. Get something laid out where once they're in, they're going to start receiving emails. You're going to start delivering value, and start there. Okay, start there. And like I said, guys, if you want some more info on that, let me know. If it's something you're just like, oh gosh, I don't want to mess with this right now, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I have to recommend, if you're going to really be serious about an agency, about your business, any business, you need to have these type of things built in. You need to have a great customer experience. You need to be optimizing the customer value the entire time. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, whether it doesn't really matter if it's specific today, if it's anything, right? You want to talk about some of the sales stuff from yesterday, any questions, sales, marketing, positioning, I'm here. We'll keep it live for a couple minutes. If you guys don't have any questions, we will shut it down. But go ahead. That would be good to script out and funnel, say, from LinkedIn. Absolutely. I mean, it's all about creating these funnels, right? So we see them in IM. We see the word funnel gets thrown around just everywhere. It doesn't even, to a lot of people, it became like a buzzword. It doesn't even have a meaning yet. But to me, a funnel is layered like an onion, okay? And if you don't have a good sales experience with follow-up and automations, a good customer experience and onboarding experience once you close the client, then you're missing pieces of your funnel, okay? A great funnel, like I said, take it from the digital marketer guys. No matter what experience you have or have not had with them, Perry Belcher's a boss. And he and Ryan Dice is smart too and whatnot, but they teach you the full funnel has you're optimizing the customer value on the back end after your core offer. It's just because you sell someone $2,000 a month SEO or $20,000 a month SEO, it doesn't matter. You should always have things to just continuously, whether it's diversifying your income through different services, or it's just making more money off of someone you already paid to acquire. Is the biggest takeaway today should be it's always cheaper to market to your existing clients than it is to pay to acquire new ones. And a lot of people I don't know if it's they don't know that, they don't understand it, they just don't respect and appreciate it. But if you're going to spend $400 or $500 bringing someone on for $2,000 a month, which is great. If you spend $400 or $500 bringing someone on for $700, you can scale it. It's not, the numbers are arbitrary, but then at the same time you can spend very little. You can spend $50 or $100 bringing in just thousands of dollars. It's an apples and oranges. It's a no-brainer to go with a marketing strategy to your existing list or customer base rather than just focus on new acquisition all the time. So Jesse, that's a good question. When you sell an SEO package, how do you upsell, say, an IFTTT package? Isn't that part of SEO and what it takes to rank a website? It's all about how you position it. So just like we talked about yesterday, where everything has a perceived value, right? So just like how I keep stealing. I'm just making like a ton of competition for JC, but what he does is he calls it like it's a tripwire for him. Okay, so it's just breaking your core offer out into line items like we talked about. Okay, so it's like, hey, you don't have to sign up for $2,000 a day. Let's build the trust on a on a $199 or $299 $199 or $299 package to get started. Then we can upsell them into a $1,500 or $2,500 a month thing. So just breaking it out, you can use the strategy from yesterday where it's like instead of saying, hey, we're going to build some accounts and post on them, and set up an automation so, you can post on them. If you break it out into the line item and position it and market it and say, listen, here's all of the things that are going on. Here's all of the benefits. Here's, how we can power up your site through this, this social SEO. It allows you to create a tripwire to move in, right? So don't overcomplicate where, well, hey, I thought you did press releases anyway. Sure, but it doesn't mean you can't break that into a line item and say, listen, we can get you on these syndicated news outlets and this and that, or GMB. Some people, I always break the GMB out as a separate thing. GMB is a very, very valuable thing, and it's almost silly if you don't. So even if it's like, hey, I'm not going to do your GMB unless I'm doing your organic, which is fine, it should still be broken out so you can do the framing technique we talked about from yesterday. And once you do have it broken out and you're selling organic packages, which I gladly will sell, then it leaves that perfect opportunity to come in and say, listen, there's a ton of GMB stuff that isn't even quote unquote, organic or SEO related, as far as, a proactive ORM strategy where you're getting reviews to your GMB. I mean, there's always going to be like some type of debate whether it works or not for your SEO, but at the end of the day, we know it works for social proof, having good testimonials, and so just selling systems like that and stuff is powerful. So the package is arbitrary, whether it's IFTTT, press release, an ORM platform, some type of social media posting service for $99 or $199 a month. It's just having those things available, not doing the work yourself, and just kind of being able to say, listen, we're going to sell this for this, and we're going to pay this. And, think if once you start to have, say you have 50 clients, okay? Brian, no go Ravens. That was a filthy, filthy thing to say on the webinar. I'm just distracted, sorry. You're welcome, buddy. Enjoy your evening. But, go Ravens. That's a terrible thing. Don't you LOL me, Brian. There's no go Ravens on these webbies. You guys had a killer game against Cleveland, though, man. That was a killer game. That was a really good game. But Flacco's still a bum. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's just having these services where it's like, hey, I have 50 clients. If I can get 20 clients to sign up and I can make $100 profit per client, you're at $2,000 a month, and you didn't really have to do much except arbitrage a service. Andrew, good stuff, Mark. Line items make people think about the actual value of what they're receiving. You're also right about an upsell is so much easier than client. Yeah, absolutely. And guys, this is coming from Andrew, who does big client stuff. I don't know if you're as client centric as you used to be, but I know you used to deal with some really big clients. Maybe you still do, and once you start breaking the numbers down in your agency and you say, still do a lot of huge clients. Congratulations on that, buddy. Yeah, it's when you break your numbers down, you'll see it's not theory. It's so much more expensive to acquire a new client than it is to just upsell, generate referrals from existing happy clients. I mean, it's really I'm not saying let's say to hell with getting new clients, but at the same time, let's be intelligent and kind of fully optimize the value of the existing client list we have. Going to the Pittsburgh game, I will meet you at the gate. Oh, man, I just don't have time. I'd love, dude, I just want to get, season tickets. I just want to get, a season's pass and just go. But I just haven't had a lot of time. I usually go to playoff games since, we're, always in the playoffs. I'm just kidding. But I do try to make it to a playoff game or so. Any recommendations of asking for the referrals the right way? Oh, man. Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. No, I will not go to a Baltimore game, and I will not go to the Pittsburgh game in Baltimore. You can call me a wimp if you want. Those dudes are just savage down there. So I would suggest jumping on LPB. I have a huge just referral marketing plan laid out in there. I did tons of videos on it. The best thing you can do is when asking for anything is to position it in a mutually beneficial fashion. Okay, so if I want to work for, okay, so Andrew says he still has a ton of huge clients, right? So if I go to Andrew and say, hey, let me I have a service that's not competing but it's complementary. Here, can you just hook me up with your huge clients? Like Andrew's a nice guy, but he's gonna be like, what? Like I wouldn't even think of propositioning someone like that, right? But if I say, Andrew, look, I have this really cool thing. It would complement what you're doing. All these people are, all my clients would love this. So like, listen, let's sell it to your clients and we'll split it 50-50, right? Set up a mutually beneficial thing. So exactly, the answer would be, how do we both make money? And that's the same thing if it's a client, if it's a business. How does it benefit them? Let's say, listen, if you could get me 5 referrals, you get a month free, and you can modify that. How about, especially if you're in maintenance mode and they're already ranking, how about, hey, for every referral you do, you get 50% off a month, and you can get free months. I'll credit it a year out if you can send me enough referrals. And you can set the standard of what a referral is. Referral might be, if you're local, actually arranging a lunch. I mean, if even a happy, busy business person would gladly say, hey, if I can arrange two lunches, I'm going to save, 3,000 or 4,000 bucks. Like, it's a no-brainer, right? So JC said, I did that with a video company for $350. They take one of the blogs and create a video, then I optimize it. Very nice. I mean, it's huge. The amount of things you guys can do to increase your income without pounding the payment for new clients is ridiculous. Okay, back to the right way for the referrals. Try to make everything you do you should be adding value. Okay, because the minute you just make it like a you thing, like a gimme, it's kind of like, you're hard selling at that point. You're no different than the guy that interrupts these people's dinner with trying to sell them something over the phone. So say, like, listen, you're happy with your result. If you send me a referral a month, it's free, right? Especially if they're a lower end client. It doesn't matter. It's arbitrary at that point. But I have tons of videos on that in LPB, and I hate trying to keep making you guys a hard sell, but I did offer value first. See what I did there, guys? But no, seriously, if you really want to get serious about referral marketing, you have to check that stuff out. It's vicious. And again, that's how I have almost 100 dental clients right now. It was all done through joint ventures and referral marketing with very little clients. A lot of my business right now is referral. I don't even have an aggressive plan in place at the moment, but you can make it happen. Awesome. Thank you. I will check out LPB for sure. Absolutely, man. If you don't love it, you get your money back. I mean, we're very cool people to work with, but there's probably, for $37 a month, $297 a year. How many videos do we have in LPB that drip out? 300? 350? That drips out over it drips out over a while. But we actually had we were going to do like a $7,500 mastermind. We ended up like, man, we're so busy. We just dropped all of those videos into LPB as well. So it's pretty incredible. Lots of content to drip out for you guys. So, if you don't love it, we give you your money back, but it's insane. If there's no more questions, I'm going to cut it short. Thank you for the kind words, JC. You rock, sir. Thanks a lot for everyone that showed up and contributed value. It was a pleasure chatting with you guys again. We're going to get the replay uploaded as soon as possible. So, yeah, thanks. Thank you, Jesse, for coming. No. Thank you for showing up. If you guys have any additional questions after watching the replay, or any of this starts turning light bulbs on for you, drop it in the group, and I'll be happy to help. Thanks a lot, guys. Catch you in the next one.